Galactic Messages here, November 7th, 2025. And I was listening to a video a couple days ago, I think, from Walter Lee Hampton, is he the third? On YouTube. He did a video, you'll see the video called Are Foreigners Taking Our Jobs? Which is a kind of a same thing as what Trump was talking about when he was talking about they taking our black jobs and all that. But in this case, this is not just a black job. This is a job that was pretty much primarily in the States. And he said that he didn't believe that the jobs are being taken by foreigners. And there are some jobs that were taken over by the Latino community due to the companies wanting to pay less, and the people that were once born in the States doing the job statewide, they wanted more money, more wages and things like that. They weren't necessarily a part of the same union like the post office was, where they could keep everything and kind of battle within and still win. It was like more private companies and other things like that were overthrown by having to pay, by losing out on their contract because they went to the lowest bidder. And that happened to be the Latino community. So in that case, when you talk about that, those jobs were handed over to foreigners that were once statewide jobs. And it wasn't because we didn't want to do the job statewide. We actually were, but we were overthrown or underthrown due to lesser amounts. They went to the companies went to the cheaper contractor. And that's how the people were lost out on their jobs, for those that actually took pride in their work. Also, you have call center work that actually was outsourced to India, Guatemala. Those were jobs that Americans were doing, call centers here. They weren't jobs that we were not doing. They weren't, they had high turnovers like a lot of retail and customer service jobs do, but people were still working those jobs. People were still getting hired for those jobs. People still made a livelihood on those jobs. And those jobs were closed with big conglomerates, shut down and outsourced to other countries. So in that case, yes, those jobs were taken. The state jobs were taken by foreigners in those examples. It wasn't necessarily the people that wanted it done. It was the people who pay the money for these contracts and these centers that were outsourced. Retail companies closed down. Now, granted, some things people did not want to work, but these jobs I'm talking about are not one of them. Medical call centers and things like that. HR call centers and HR help are now robotic, and the rest are sent overseas. Those jobs were taken from the state workers, U.S. workers, and handed to